You're up.
3, 2. Wait.
You got
3. What?
You gotta do it on 1.
3, 2.
It's another clean sweep week here at Jazzed Fans TV. We did it! 2 weeks in a row. Jazz are hot.
Are we counting that since we...
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not even going to let you finish. Yes, we absolutely are.
The Wizards are in an hour. We had already recapped it, but we have to do it now because of the Packers.
Absolutely. Why do you... This is such unnecessary honesty. No one needs to know any of this.
No, it's good news. Your Packers are in a playoff spot.
I know. I'm nervous.
And if you are inexplicably Seahawks and Jazz fans, I guess not inexplicably, that could be fine. We don't have a football team. You're going against Paul, but his Packers are going to win. Niners versus Packers.
NFC Championship. A storied franchise NFC Championship. That's all I wanted.
This will kind of play into Jazz talk because if we go to the playoffs, I know the Packers are huge for you.
Sure.
There's stock right there of the Packers.
Mm-hmm.
When do the nerves kick in today?
They're in. They're in. They're locked in. They're locked in. I woke up this morning. I was like, "Oh, it's going down."
After the Ravens, you're just like, "Oh,
this is bad." I'm nervous. I think we match up well. I'm nervous.
I think nerves in basketball, to bring it back to the Jazz, is a little bit different.
Oh, way different.
Because if you're not ahead and you're playing catch up, that last game, you're like. The first game's always like, you're not that nervous, right? Because even if you lose that game,
because a series is a different sort of nerves.
A knockout game, dude, is nuts.
You're looking ahead in like a playoff series, like, okay, we got to win this game, we can lose this game, we're probably going to lose this game, but we're going to win this game. Everyone gets in their own head, but in winner take all, one game.
Hopefully the Jazz don't get to like this is what I'm hoping for is the Jazz don't get to a knockout game in the playoffs. Just
close them out.
Let's just keep the clean sweeps going.
5 and 6 game series. That's what we want. Ooh. But, man, dude, the Jazz are so hot. Oh, they're on fire. I love it.
Dude, let's get into it right off the bat. Start off. So, a controversial game.
Pels.
It's another one that we should have had in the bag, but we had a not great actually, the whole game was competitive.
The game was a competitive game, but you said at Pelicans is going to be hard.
Yeah. Ingram... I don't think I've ever actually seen him play. I guess I saw him for the Lakers a few times, but this for me, like if he was auditioning for a coming out party for me, as far as like a star, he won me over that game.
Really?
He was legit good.
No, Brandon Ingram's great. They gave up a real piece when they gave Brandon Ingram away. Well, I mean, forgetting for Anthony Davis, but Brandon Ingram can ball.
Yeah, he had like 35 points. It was him and Bogey that had 35.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the other big thing is, and we all know this, Jazz fans, Favors is very good at basketball.
We love Derek Favors. We miss you. We love you.
He seemed to, like, he did actually a lot better than I thought he was going to.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I mean, defensively, he was right there. I mean, his stat line's not going to jump out at you, but he played. He
rebounds the ball.
Mm-hmm.
He rebounds the ball.
I feel like they also need to use it more. And I was on their subreddit, and somebody had actually put in there, unpopular opinion, I think Favors is our most important player. And I think they mean it in a glue setting. He's obviously
100%.
a superstar.
Absolutely. And that's the role that he is as an NBA player, and every team needs one. Every team.
Kind of fast-forwarding to the end of that game.
Ooh. Was it a foul or no?
I think it was a foul.
It was a foul. Yeah, it was a foul.
The thing that
we can admit it. It doesn't change anything.
No, it doesn't. And it sucks that they can't review it.
Yeah.
Because I think it gets overturned if they can.
He got him right on the wrist.
Yeah.
He got him.
But he didn't, he's like, you fouled him twice. And it's like, no. Ingram definitely pulled Rudy at the end. But, I mean, definitely the first foul was, in my opinion, it was on Gobert.
He didn't land on him at all.
No.
That was as good. I don't know how much better you can fall.
Well, no, Ingram wrapped him around the waist. He 100% at all.
Yeah. No. Rudy did. There was no.
I think.
Refute.
And with the end of that game, how it went, it actually makes me really nervous for this week, which we'll get into. But, I mean, they were a really hot three-pointing team, and we'll get into more three-point plays later on, and we outshot them by like 10%. I think we shot 48% that game or something like that.
Shouldn't have been that close, man.
No.
Shouldn't have been that close.
No. You're 100% right.
And it was, unfortunately.
Do we want to – I mean, there's not much to dwell on that.
No, I think
Other than we
I think
missed
talked-
favors.
Yeah, 100%. The Knicks game, what a blowout. That was just fun. It was just easy watching fun. The Jazz versus the Knicks. They took care of business. I know they were down Randolph. They were also down. Who else were they down? They were down another player too. They were not at full strength. But these are the games you need to win. Like, these are the games where typical, as Jazz fans, we know these are games we lose. From time to time, we get caught sleeping, we don't take care, and it didn't happen. And that, for me, means more than anything. It doesn't mean, I'm not like, oh, great, the Jazz are going to dominate the league, but it means the Jazz are focused, they know they can beat teams, and then they beat the teams.
Especially at home.
Oh, got him! Woo! Mute that shit.
Damn it! After all the shit that I talked on you, and I muted his computer, mine happens.
Wasn't me.
I hate you, ESPN. I will ask you if I want stats, you idiots.
And sound with those stats. Vindication!
Every week it has to happen to one of us.
I know, it's so great.
I'm at like 20%. You're 80% of the time, but it's worse when it happens to me because
It used to be 100 and now it's not, and I'll take it. I'll take it anytime I can get it.
Anyways, so a lot of the time I actually go to the opposing fan. I mentioned this with the Pelicans, but I go to the opposing fans subreddit, and to see the post game. I don't ever comment really unless I'm impressed with something that they did. I never like take the piss out of them or anything.
Just in the shadows.
Lurking, yeah. I like to see where they're, and it's actually really sad with the Knicks. Like, they just expect it, and it's just like,
they're so bad.
well, it's just like people asking, why are we even watching this? Like, if they don't care. Like, I almost wish at this point they would have got Durant. One, I think it's a nominal improvement for that team. I don't think it really does anything, but it's with how bad they are. I mean, I know everybody memes Stephen A, and I think he's kind of embraced it, but it's actually gotten to the point of being sad. They don't believe in any of their players.
No.
They don't believe in their front office.
They shouldn't.
And then just them talking about Moutier, like they're almost happy for him that he landed in a place. Their starting point guard started part of the season, comes to the Jazz as a backup, and they're cheering for him. Like, it's not a good place for the Knicks.
It's not a good look.
It's kind of funny, but I also feel bad.
I'm root for RJ Barrett. He was a high draft pick. I think he has all the tools. I don't think he's being given the appropriate chance. It's just kind of one of those. It's like Sam Darnold for the Jets. It's just like, I see it. It could be there, but the pieces aren't around him, and you do need some help.
I feel like the same with Frank. Frank seems like, I can't pronounce his last name, so go look him up. It's
That's fair.
But and they all call him Frank too. So, anyways,
Sassy.
he's. I think he could be a good piece. He was their top scorer, but
Okay.
I just don't know how. I don't know if that was just his best game or not, because I haven't seen him play a lot. Because who watches the Knicks if Knicks fans aren't even watching him? But
No one.
yeah, I think Barrett and Frank possibly be good pieces, but they're just in shambles, man. If they don't get the number one draft pick this year, I don't
think they will. I think it's going to be the Warriors, legitimately.
I think there's going to be a lot of defecting to Nets fans. I think
they'll get the 2 seed. They'll get the 2 pick.
and waste it.
Yeah, probably.
If you are the Knicks, though, do you try to trade up to get it? Or I guess I don't know that. Is that kind of a nominal jump if you do get 2 or 3? Is it almost impossible?
No one has jumped out as like a Zion figure or a really legitimate, this is the number one person in college basketball. There's really not a great team. There's a lot of really good underclassmen and freshmen, and people are projecting to have this person or that person be number one, but there's no consensus like Zion, we need this guy, which isn't working out anyway. So I don't think you would. First of all, I don't think the Knicks have assets to give up at this point. You need all the assets you can get. If you get the number 2 pick, you stick with number 2.
And you just hope that your front office finds a diamond in the rough.
I will say
it's not a diamond in the rough. It's the second pick. You could find something good.
I will say it's sad, as even on the Jazz side, it was such a bad blowout that like people were leaving early. People like the game isn't fun, and the Jazz fans aren't. You guys aren't really like excited after that sort of a game, so it affects us.
Well, and also,
I want some competitiveness.
It's funny because like we have a a timing of when we would like to get ready to get set up so that we're ready
Yes.
when people come out. And usually we can gauge it off the minutes in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And it went from 7 to 3 in like
that.
a minute. So you're like, wait a minute, that's impossible because it's 7 to 3. It's inexplicable. We don't know what the hell happened.
I don't know.
All
We're
of a
like-
sudden 7 to 3 like that.
We're on time, and suddenly we're late, and we're just driving on the freeway with no traffic. Nothing in our side changed.
We pulled up and we were going to go to the note, and we were just like, nope, this where it lies. And we just sat up really quick and started flagging people down because we got there late, but then people had already been flooding out.
Flooding out. So like we were there, and we were there when we thought we should be there. Knicks screw up everything. The Knicks screw up. Good thing they only come once, and they're done.
On to the Hornets.
Hornets.
Um,
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna let Carson take most of this. I was in Twin Falls doing comedy during this. I missed it. This guy took care of business. What'd you think? I looked at the box score, but I missed this game.
So first and foremost, it was like Donovan took a step back for his. I mean, he's not really going to take a step back.
He only had 4 points.
Yeah. He didn't. It's kind of like when we played the Clippers and the players didn't really bring it up, but it started getting thrown out there. He would not own this, but everybody was saying for the Knicks game, he was sick, and I think it bled over into this game.
Really?
But if he did take a step back, Rudy took a Rudy-sized step forward.
So good.
5 blocks, 16 rebounds, 15 points, and that was all by the third quarter. I think
love him.
They didn't. I don't even think he played in the fourth at all because the game was so out of reach. He was solid, but then I think the biggest thing is even against teams like this because they're competitive. The Hornets can play well. We should beat them. But if you were to tell me almost against any team Donovan has a 4-point game, I'm probably thinking loss or a super close game. If you were to tell me 4 points, Donovan blowout, that's maybe the most important improvement that that's one of the biggest statements the Jazz have made this year is Donovan can have a 4-point game and we can still blow teams out.
The thing that jumps off to me, looking just as someone who looks at the box score, we have 3 double-digit bench players. That's crazy. We have 20 points from Jordan Clarkson. We had, 15 from Georges Niang and 10 from Moutier. That is 45 points from 3 players on the bench. That's where Donovan Mitchell's points went. And you know what? I'm okay with that because that's giving confidence to a second unit that, for me,
was bereft of confidence.
Is bereft. Word usage over here. He's a wordsmith. No, that's what jumped out to me when I looked at that. I was like, holy cow, Donovan had 4 points. Where did our points come from? And you look at that bench, stacked with points, and I love it.
We didn't bring this up, but I actually think this is huge too. The next game, there were 8 players in double digits,
Woo!
And Royce was 1 bucket away. He didn't have high usage, but he was 1 bucket away from having 9 in double digits. You're going to win games if you do that.
Yes.
And, I mean, just as far as this game, the biggest thing that jumped off to me was that Rudy dominated for 3.
Abused him.
And then Jordan Clarkson continues to be the guy. It's going to be super. We actually talked to a guy. We were already packed up and leaving. His name's Chase. He says he has a YouTube channel. He says he wants to come on later, and he always comes to the Jazz games. But he was saying that Conley said some expletives about Conley. Not like that he was mad at him, but that like he's got to be comfortable with keeping his ass on the bench is what he was essentially saying.
Incorrect.
And I agree wholeheartedly. And I actually think Joe in the second unit makes sense now. And I know people are, and he was saying Joe should have never been taken out of the second unit. And I know you think Royce is better. You think having a defensive, offensive threat in Clarkson. But I think you have Clarkson as a guard. You have Joe as shooting guard. I just think the rotation with Joe in the second unit, now he has spacing. I'm hoping that it can work out. I honestly don't know what they're going to do. I'm super excited. I believe in Coach Quinn, as I think we all do. But other than that, I mean, there wasn't a ton of takeaways from this game other than we can blow people out with Mitchell having single-digit games.
And I think when Conley comes back, expect good things. I've got a really good feeling. I've been reading some tweets. I've been looking at stuff. I think we should expect really good things. I think they're holding him out on purpose. And I see this with a lot of sports teams. You know a team is good when someone's injured and they're holding him out to make sure that they're really, really healthy. It happened with Devontae Adams with the Packers, just to make a quick reference, turf toe. You can come back 1 to 2 weeks. They kept winning. They held him out for a full 4, made sure he was healthy. There's no point in bringing Conley back right now when we're winning 8 in a row. He's going to add to that, but we've got a soft schedule. We want to make sure it's a hamstring. Hamstrings, don't mess around with it. Make sure he's really healthy. We can go for a second half of the season push after the All-Star break with an insane win streak. There's no reason. I guarantee you if we were losing, he'd be back already. But we're holding him out. We're playing chess right now, and I love chess.
I honestly think that's the difference between like good front offices and bad ones. Mm-hmm. It's how can Jordan Clarkson come here and be so good? How can Bogdanovich was already doing good last year, and I wouldn't slight the Pacers, but it's like all these players coming and you find these diamonds in the rough. It's the front office, like even Mitchell coming in his rookie year. How is he able to put that kind of campaign together?
Yeah.
It's setting up a system, finding a coach with a system that can put the players in that he wants to be successful.
Sure.
And then that bleeds into if players buy into that system, they play well together. So if a player gets injured, they pick up. The only thing that I think we could not recover from is Rudy going out at this
100%.
point. Other than even Mitchell, I think we could still put a positive number of games together. We're going to be a worse team. I'm not saying that we're
sure, but you could hold the ship together while
you could piece
like
it
a sprained
together.
Ankle or something.
You could put Clarkson in.
Yeah.
If Rudy goes out for games, I get really, really scared because I don't think we have a good backup for him. But other than that, it's like you can hold players out and you put them in a position to succeed. And I credit to our front office over the last few years. Super impressed with what they've done. And I think this is the right move for Conley. People are losing patience with him if you go online. If you go to the arena, except for that one guy that I just mentioned, people are super positive and they want him to succeed. They love Conley. They just want to see him succeed. It's going to be fun.
Fair enough. I agree. Player of the week?
Player of the week.
Oh, Griffith, you got to turn around, bro. You're the player of the week.
You are not. As always said, this is subjective. He may not be the best player, but the player of the week for us that's been jumping off the pages to us is George's Niang.
He's doing it, man. You got to give him credit. Even those that are doubting him, which isn't me.
Definitely him.
He earned it this week.
So the 3 games so far, he's shooting 55.5% from 3. So he's shooting over 50 clearly.
If he's doing that well, we definitely want Joe in the first unit. There's no reason. I can't have George and Joe on the court at the same time. My anxiety will go through the roof.
Rightfully so. You were critical of him and you didn't believe.
He had a great week, though. You got to give it to him.
Well, and it's more than just this week. Are you believing in him?
I need more. I'm not believing in him. I'm skeptical still. This is a really soft schedule. Inferior opponents. If he does this against the Rockets or against the Nuggets, I'm in. You give me one game against a playoff Western Conference team and he drops 15, I'm in on Niang.
What if he doesn't even? Because he's not going to drop 50. Like he had the
two
times.
I'm not in on Niang.
The 2 times that he hit 15, they were all from 3. But if he comes in and he has a 9-point, he gets to the line. He goes 2 for 3 from 3, gets to the line.
I want to see how much he plays against when we get our schedule toughened up. That's what I want. Not even necessarily how many points he scores. What's his contribution level? How much does Quinn actually trust him in a real game? I mean, these were real games. Don't get me wrong, but they're not.
One of the big talking points after the Charlotte game, actually one of the fans brought it. I think it was Sam, actually. We got him his decals, but then also he brought up we got to get him in the 3-point competition. And then to echo that, Rudy put it on that night on Twitter.
Really? I wouldn't be opposed to that.
I think he kind of has to, right?
The All-Star game is starting to become like it's the All-Star game and then the up-and-coming star game.
Yeah.
Like people in the dunk contest are usually up-and-comers. People in the 3-point, except for when Curry and Charlotte, which was an amazing thing. But I would love that. Absolutely. That I support. I do respect his 3-point shooting.
Yeah. And I think it's still he's not really like I know I link him to Joe, but he doesn't drive and finish like Joe at all.
No.
So I mean I'm sure he's developed in that game. He called himself the minivan now. He said he's the.
How can you be a grown man in the NBA and have zero muscle definition? How?
There's loads of them, Joe.
How?
He said I'm the minivan to Mitchell's Ferrari. I think I'm starting that campaign though. It'd be hard, but I would be a big fan of Rajon Tucker getting in the dunk competition. I know that's tough because he just barely got into professional basketball.
Yeah.
But he had that big dunk. He did do better than Donovan in that high school one. He's definitely got the ups, but I think more than that, we should start campaigning for Niang being in the 3-point competition.
I can support that 100%. I like it.
He deserves it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I wanted to go through really quick and mention, because we are the number one three-point shooting team in the league right now. We have 39.2%. We are 2% above the next highest team. And then there's a big bunch of like the Rockets and a few other teams at 37. Mm-hmm. Going down the line, Niang is leading the way with 47.3. He's almost shooting 50%. That was like Joe Harris and Seth Curry numbers. Again, if Seth Curry can get in it, George's Niang should be in this year.
Absolutely.
Joe Ingles, 41%. Royce O'Neal, 44.7%. Bogdanovich, 41.9%, so essentially 42. Our lowest of people that actually consistently shoot threes. I didn't look up Moutier, but he shoots enough.
No.
But Jordan Clarkson and Mitchell are at 35 to 36%, which is pedestrian, but I think those numbers are going to go up.
But solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clarkson's had some like 1-for-7 games, which I don't think he's going to have too many more of those. What do you think the change is on that? Do you just think it's
what do you mean? Like what's going to go up, or
why did we? So the Pelicans were the number one 3-point shooting team, and I think the Rockets were for a little bit. Why did we have such a surge over the last couple months? What do you attribute? Is it just we're finally feeling comfortable?
Well, no, I think honestly the Exum trade. Clarkson can shoot a three way better than Exum, and with Clarkson coming in, Niang's gotten more time, and Niang has actually played really. I mean, Niang's percentage can't be disputed. I just don't believe in him as an all-around rotational player that's going to help in the playoffs. That's my issue. But Niang's been getting more minutes, and Clarkson's been getting more minutes, and they're both better shooters than Exum, who hasn't been playing. Mm-hmm. So that's what I would attribute it to.
And then one other thing before we go into like recaps, I did mention Rajon Tucker. My uncle, right when I said, "Oh, this guy looks exciting," he said he will not get minutes, and he hasn't even been getting garbage time minutes. He's not getting a ton of time,
but he's getting minutes in the second quarter.
Yeah, like he's actually getting meaningful minutes. Do you see anything from him, or do you think it's just a good story right now?
It's a good story during a weak schedule. I don't believe in him as far as contributing when it matters. I like him as a player. Let's develop him. Royce O'Neal did that, so it's 100% doable.
I mean, what the one thing that I've liked about him is he is fighting on defense. Yeah. Like when he gets in, he fights on defense. It hasn't clicked offensively necessarily, but he seems, if you follow him on Twitter, legitimately happy to be here.
Yeah.
And he's somebody I feel like I can get behind. I'm hoping he sticks around and kind of starts piecing it together. I mean, honestly, from this week, it's just I love the whole team right now. I'm not enamored 100%. With Tony Bradley, but
I like Bradley. He's a work in progress.
Yeah.
I put him in the Tucker Niang category of I like what I'm seeing, but I need to see more. I gotta get my keyboard. I gotta get my keyboard.
Get it. I'm not necessarily liking what I'm seeing. You can walk in front, it's fine. But I believe that it's there. So, and while Paul is putting in the password,
it never made me do that before. I don't know why I did that tonight. That's never happened before.
That's dumb.
I just want to make sure it's still recording.
Reference other podcast, not sponsored by the Mac right now.
I don't know why it did that.
We will later if there's offers there, but not now. Yeah.
So let's look ahead.
Well, we already went over this, but it's happening in a couple hours anyways. Let's just put a pin in it.
Washington, possible
Wizards,
trap game. They're playing really well. They're playing really, really, really well.
It's short for us. We've had 2 home games, now we got to fly out there. I think you're right. This one could get hairy.
Yeah, traveling across the coast. I'm worried about this game. I think we can win it, but if we lose, I wouldn't be surprised.
What do you put it at percentage of us winning versus losing?
61-39.
That's a good number.
It's like I still think we can win this game, and we should. But I mean, they've beat the Nuggets, they've beat the Celtics, they've beat who else did they beat? The Heat. I mean, they're beating real teams. They beat the Hawks. Who cares? They did lose to the Magic twice, which is interesting, but they're beating really good teams. They're at home. We do bad against good shooting guards, and Beal is one of the best. Mm-hmm. Makes me nervous.
Can we talk about also a team that's right below them in the standings and how much I love them?
Who?
Thank you, Cleveland.
You rock.
Thank you for beating Denver.
That was
Not
amazing.
my wildest dreams. We need somebody to start beating them.
Dude, with this 8-game winning streak, all we've done is compressed 2 to 5. We're almost all tied now. We've been playing lights out, and we're barely making any ground. It's driving me crazy. However, the shift from 6 below, widening.
Yeah, it is.
So that's good. So we have some wiggle room. We're not going down, but I want to go up.
You know what the good news is?
Sure.
Clippers versus Nuggets today.
It's a good. So if we can beat Washington.
Come on. Please beat Washington.
I think if we win and they lose, I think we jump to 2.
No, we 4.
No.
If who does?
I think both of them. Oh, whoever. Yeah, that's right. Whoever wins would stay above. You're right.
Yeah. So we've got
the Nuggets. If the Nuggets lose, we would go down.
We're tied with the Rockets and the Nuggets and the Clippers. Or the Clippers have a half game ahead of us. So
whoever loses would go below us.
Yeah. If we win, I think the Rockets don't have a game today. We go above them. So we could end up third. We could end up third today.
Oh, how I care for it.
I want the division, obviously, like you, more than even necessarily second place.
Sure.
So I want the Nuggets to lose. Lose, Nuggets! I love your jerseys, but I want you to lose so bad.
It's true.
And then, anyways, let's go up to the other games real quick. We don't really care
at
so
Brooklyn.
much about that, but
got a little away situation. So we're at Washington, at Brooklyn, at the Pelicans again, and then home for Sacramento on Saturday night.
The Nets have been in terrible form.
Yeah.
They've been awful. We should win this game as well. Kyrie is back today, though. So if he comes and starts clicking, like you said, shooting guards, not a shooting guard necessarily, but guards that can shoot, can torch us. They also have Joe Harris. If they get hot, they're a tough team. I know they've been 2 of 8 of their last 10, but they can put it together.
You always have to worry about a team that you beat at home, and then you have to play them away.
Yeah.
Like, there's going to be some revenge. They're mad.
Wait, who are you talking about?
The Nets. We beat them at home already.
Oh, okay.
But now, whenever you play a team at home first and then you have to go to their arena, those games scare me.
Yeah.
We should win, but I'm scared.
Which that same narrative now goes into the Pelicans.
Yes, 100%. But we're away again.
Yeah, away again after we had a controversial win in their arena.
We got to go back.
I actually want to see Zion. They've been talking about him coming back. I really, really hope that he does, and I'm sure they'll want revenge. I think we're going to probably lose a game this week. I would probably say it's going to be this game.
Washington or Pelicans?
Pelicans.
Okay.
I think we go 3-1. The Kings is another trap game. They could put it together and weirdly beat us, but I think we lose to the Pelicans, we beat the Nets, the Wizards, and we beat the Kings away.
I'm saying 3-1 as well. I'm worried about Washington. I just am. I'm worried about them.
We'll be fine.
But I want to beat them.
We're going to beat them.
4-0. Come on, 4-0. I believe in it.
4-0 would be nuts. I'm not
3
getting my
clean sweep weeks. Ooh, gosh, it rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
And I think then we have tough games coming up, and you're going to see some more fire from me because I hate the Rockets. And
we've only lost 1 game in a month.
Yep.
Think about that for a second.
After the sky was falling.
Sky was falling. We lost 1 game in a month.
The sky was falling, and the Jazz were awful. They weren't playoff contenders anymore, and now all of a sudden, they might be able to win this whole thing.
And they have the best home court advantage in the West.
Suck it, everybody else. Good luck coming here.
Good luck coming into this SWAT Lake City.
We need to get positive number of wins. We can't go 50-50. We need 3-1 because, like we said last week, the games preceding this start getting tougher. Is it Rockets twice before the All-Star break?
Mean the games after.
After this.
Not
Thank
preceding
you.
This. After
Proceeding.
This, yes. I believe it's January 25th to February 22nd is a gauntlet. Really, really hard. That's a tough month that literally I will be happy at 7-5. It's 12 games. Really, really good competition.
We play the Rockets twice, right?
Oh, we play the Nuggets twice, the Rockets twice, the Mavericks twice, the Spurs, the Trailblazers twice. Still a division team. No one's messing around. It's going to be ooh.
We have to beat the Rockets at least once.
I think we will.
We have to.
We do.
We have to.
We will.
All right.
I
think that's it.
That's it. Another great week. Thanks so much for tuning in. We will see you this weekend. But until then, have a great week from Jazzed Fans TV.
Not supposed to clap at the end. We don't need to. Bye.
You always look away when you say bye. Always.
Bye.